The American Chess Congress, established in 1857, presents the chronicles and history of chess. The American Chess Congress also sponsors the Bobby Fischer International Chess Park, located in Santa Monica, California, the Paul Morphy Library Fund, which donates chess books to schools, and the American National Chess College, creator of the Home Study Program. The origins of chess are universally claimed, from Taoist China and Zoroastrian Persia in the 6th century BC to Hindu India 1,000 years later. Chess was popular in medieval Europe, especially amongst the clergy and the monks. The Vikings are known to have enjoyed chess, and Eric the Red brought chess to America with him on his journeys. Some say that with the popularity of chess in Russia, surely it must have started there. This depiction of the Egyptian tomb of Ramses the Great shows him teaching chess. This relief, found in the tomb of Nefertari, wife of Ramses the Great, shows her studying chess. These tombs were built some 2,000 years BC. Chess was popular with the 16th century French nobles. Another well-known Frenchman, Napoleon Bonaparte, was an avid chess player. Ivan the Terrible, Tsar of all Russia, had a passion for chess and even died while playing an important match game. Lenin, the founder of the Soviet Russia, was an avid chess fan as well. The first American chess champion was Paul Charles Morphy. Born in 1837, he learned to play chess on this set. Morphy began to study chess as a boy and was tutored by his uncle and father. Morphy would become the world's most renowned chess player because of his victories over other serious masters of that era. At the age of 20, Morphy obtained his law degree from the University of Louisiana. Unable to practice law yet because of his young age, Morphy turned his attention full-time to chess. In just a few short years, Paul Morphy would be immortalized in the chronicles of chess history. In 1857, Paul Morphy won the first American Chess Congress, making him the first American chess champion. Morphy defeated every opponent in sight except Staunton, the British champion. Staunton avoided any counter with Morphy and found excuses not to play. In 1858, Morphy soundly defeated Adolf Anderssen, the current European champion. With this victory, Morphy was proclaimed by many to be the first, albeit unofficial, world chess champion. The Paul Morphy Library Fund is used to promote a chess education through the donation of chess books to schools and libraries. Benjamin Franklin, founding father of America, is shown here playing chess in Paris. Franklin was an avid chess player. The Star Ledger reports that chess improves concentration, visualization, and memory. In 1886, Wilhelm Steinitz became the first official world chess champion. Willie was born in Czechoslovakia in 1836, making him 50 years of age when he won the title. Willie would travel all of Europe and soundly defeated every opponent during that era. This included Anderson, the European champion, and many others. Morphy's retirement from chess and then his death in 1884 precluded any encounter with Steinitz, but it's interesting to speculate as to who may have won if they had. The Chess Set Educational Trust reports that chess has been shown to increase cognitive development and self-esteem. Born in 1868 Prussia, Emanuel Lasker was world chess champion for 27 years. Lasker's reign began in 1894, the year he defeated Steinitz, and lasted until 1921, the year Capablanca defeated him. During this period of time, chess underwent a tremendous renaissance. Chess clubs flourished, international tournaments came into being, and chess became a vigorous international sport. Lasker placed first in many of these major tournaments. During his reign, he held his title in match play against Marshall, Tarrasch, Janowski, and Schlechter, top competitors second only to him. Even after Capablanca had won the championship, Lasker continued to outdistance all players in tournament conditions. As the first true chess professional, Lasker has left a priceless heritage of instructional games and writings to enjoy. The book, Chess Strategy, contains many of Lasker's games and is considered a masterpiece of chess literature. Tests reveal that the impact of chess on intellectual development is greater than any other activity. Jose Capablanca was born in 1888 Havana of a distinguished family. He was considered a natural player and, being a child prodigy, defeated Juan Corzo, the Cuban national champion, at the age of 12. In 1911, Capablanca finished first in a tournament in which every outstanding grandmaster participated except Lasker. This victory placed him in the superclass of the chess world. Delayed by World War I, it would not be until 1921 that Capablanca would get his chance to challenge the crown. After 14 rounds of play in Havana, Lasker resigned the match to make Capablanca the third world chess champion. Chess is a system of pure mathematical type logic whose outcome is not dependent on any random element of luck. Our fourth world chess champion is a fellow named Alexander Alekhine. Alex was born in 1892 Moscow. He would distinguish himself by becoming the first Soviet chess champion in 1920. During Alekhine's reign, he would place first in many strong international tournaments. In many of these tournaments, Alex would win numerous brilliancy prizes. His most notable exhibition was a 32-board simultaneous given at the 1933 Chicago World's Fair. Alekhine played blindfolded and won every game. Alekhine was known for his combinational skill and positional play. In 1927, Alekhine would play against Capablanca and win the world title. Then, in 1935, the Dutch Grandmaster Dr. Max Euwe played Alekhine for the title and won. A heavy drinker, many attribute Alekhine's loss to this reason. 2 years later, however, in 1937, A rematch took place in which Alekhine, now disciplined and sober, would win back the title. Alekhine would hold the title until his death in 1946. The Grandmaster, Dr. Max Euwe, shown here, had a doctorate degree in mathematics. His book, Judgment and Planning in Chess, is considered to be a masterpiece of chess literature. Also, his book, A Guide to Chess Endings, is considered to be an essential part of the home study program. Dr. Alekhine, shown with Max Euwe here, held a doctorate degree in law. His book, My Best Games of Chess, written by Alexander Alekhine, is considered a masterpiece in chess literature. This rather ornate chess set is beautiful to behold, and the American National Chess College Home Study Program is a study guide for the masterpieces in literature shown in this program. Chess Openings, Theory and Practice by I.A. Horowitz is an essential part of the home study program. Mikhail Botvinnik was born in 1911. At the age of 13, he reached the status of the strongest master in his hometown of Leningrad. By the age of 16, he had become a grandmaster. At the age of 20, Botvinnik became the youngest person to win the Soviet Chess Championship. He would hold this title 7 times. Also at 20, he earned his degree in electrical engineering. Botvinnik accumulated a remarkable tournament record, scoring victories over Alekhine, Capablanca, Max Euwe, and Reuben Fine, the upcoming American Grandmaster. In 1948, a World Chess Championship tournament took place in which Botvinnik won by a sizable margin. Botvinnik became the national hero of the post-war Soviet Union. Through him, Russia was the undisputed first in the chess world. But in 1957, Botvinnik lost the title to Vasily Smyslov, a teacher and another Soviet grandmaster. True to form, Botvinnik would win it back just a year later. Then, in 1960, Botvinnik would lose again, this time to the magician from Riga, Mikhail Tal, yet another Soviet grandmaster. As before, he would regain the title a year later. With this accomplishment, Mikhail Botvinnik became the only grandmaster to win the title 3 times over. Tigran Petrosian was born in 1929 Soviet Georgia, and during World War II became orphaned by the death of both of his parents. These circumstances probably attributed to Petrosian's slow rise to chess prominence. In 1959, at the age of 30, Petrosian became the Soviet chess champion and would hold this title a total of 4 times. He climbed through the zonal, interzonal, and candidates tournaments to finish first in 1962 with the right to challenge the crown. In 1963, Tigran Petrosian became the world chess champion with his defeat of Botvinnik. He would hold the title for 6 years, but his most impressive performance was in the 9 Olympiads in which he played. In all 9 events, Petrosian lost only 1 game. Boris Spassky was born in 1937 Leningrad. In 1955, at the age of 18, he became the world junior chess champion. He won the Soviet Chess Championship in 1961 and would repeat this accomplishment on 1 other occasion. Spassky was able to outdistance all other players in zonal and interzonal events to qualify for a chance at the crown. He dominated both of the candidate matches that were held during the 60s, and his victories over many leading grandmasters included Mikhail Tal, the former world chess champion. In 1966, Spassky played in the Piatigorsky International Chess Tournament, held here in Santa Monica, and finished in first place, just ahead of Bobby Fischer, who finished second, just half a point behind. In 1969, Boris Spassky defeated Petrosian to become the next world chess champion. The Home Study Program incorporates many of the chess books mentioned in this Chronicles. Reuben Fine, shown here, playing Dr. Max Euwe, wrote an excellent book. The title of that book is The Middle Game in Chess. It is considered a masterpiece in chess literature. Bobby Fischer was born in 1943 Chicago. A few years later, his mother would relocate to Brooklyn in New York City with Bobby and his sister. His mother began to teach chess to Bobby at the age of 6. Bobby began to attend the prestigious Manhattan Chess Club, where he was tutored by masters that took an interest. Bobby became a voracious student of chess theory. Thus, at the age of 13, Bobby Fischer won the United States Junior Chess Championship. At 14, Bobby won the United States Chess Championship and placed first in many international tournaments. At 15, Bobby became the youngest international grandmaster in history. Fischer had defeated all of the top Soviet grandmasters, including Petrosian, the former world chess champion. For 2 consecutive years, Bobby won the annual United States Chess Championship with a perfect score. Bobby won the U.S. title 8 times. In 1972, Bobby Fischer captured the World Chess Championship from Spassky with such a decisive lead that it wasn't necessary to play the last 3 rounds. Upset by their loss, the Soviets demanded that Fischer play their new champion, Anatoly Karpov, rather than see a rematch with Spassky. Fischer refused. In 1975, the Soviets claimed the title on forfeiture for lack of play. Unable to raise any support for his cause, Bobby Fischer retired from chess in protest. He would resurface briefly 20 years later to play Spassky in a rematch which was privately arranged. Unfortunately, the location of the rematch was war-torn Yugoslavia, and Fischer was told not to go by the United States government. Bobby went anyway and won the match, thus retaining the title of World Chess Champion. This was of no consequence to then-President Bush, who commented that it was just a game and had a warrant put out for Fischer's arrest. Bobby was granted asylum in Iceland, where he died a few years later. Bobby Fischer became the 11th person to win the World Chess Championship and the only American to have ever won this title. Considered by many to be the greatest chess player of them all, Bobby Fischer still holds the highest performance rating ever achieved in modern tournament play. Bobby Fischer is the only World Chess Championship to have retired undefeated, and is perhaps the most colorful and controversial figure to achieve the crown. The Chess Chronicles and the Bobby Fischer International Chess Park were created to honor this great American chess hero.